So it's an incredibly difficult time for community organisations. On the one hand, they're facing increasing demand from within their own community as austerity bites and because of some of the demographic changes. And on the other hand, they're seeing a withdrawal of public service and an encroachment by big-scale corporates. So these are challenging times, and it does seem to me that part of the response of the community sector, therefore, needs to be positive, needs to be optimistic, needs to find solutions, as well as shine a spotlight on some of the problems.
In my from my experience in money, in periods of austerity, a lot of these organisations have lost funding opportunities, or they've seen organisations that have supported them in the past disappear very quickly. I think the other challenge as well is how to get the whole community behind what they're doing and what they're driving. It can be very difficult when you've got people facing lots of different challenges, communities facing lots of different challenges themselves, so it's very difficult to sort of get groups of people behind them to drive change locally.
I think we need to adapt. I think we need to be more innovative. I think we need to do things differently. We all know that public expenditure cuts are happening, there's less money around. The simple fact is the world is changing and we need to do the same. In fact, not just respond to that change, we should be leading that change. So as a sector, I think we need to be more ambitious. We need to be asking questions about what sort of communities we want to live in and how do we build those communities.
I think it's about the impact of austerity on individuals, on communities, on the organisations that work in communities and try to support individuals. I don't think we fully understand the whole of the impact, and we've got members that are talking to us about trying to do an impact assessment, for example, around welfare benefits, to actually really understand what's happening to people and the impact that we're actually seeing in our communities. So for me, that would be the most important starting point. We're going through a very difficult economic time, and I don't think we truly appreciate the scale of what is actually happening to individuals and the community organisations that try to support them.
I think one of the things that I've picked up mainly is the relationship with the local authorities. There are varying relationships around the country, but often what I hear is that if there is a willing person, a willing contact in the local authority, that person sometimes doesn't have the power to carry forward the action, and they're dependent upon others who might not be so on board. But actually also I hear quite a lot that it's quite difficult to get the people in the local authorities to even attend the events. And the problem is that these organisations are often dependent upon the power that the local authority holds.
For me, there are a number of issues. The first one is money. Of course, without money you can't do things, but linked to that is the fact that an awful lot of organisations are very reliant on getting grant money. They're not thinking in a way which is enterprising and in a way which is going to provide them with the options. So I think getting people into much more business mind is a really, really crucial aspect for the voluntary community sector going forward, because things aren't going to change, things are going to get harder and harder.